What up, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Moving Life Fearless. Welcome back to another episode of our Music Files podcast. Today's date is March 29th, 2019. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Darius Walker. Say what up to everybody.
What's good, everybody? Artist D. Walker here. Welcome back to another episode of the Music Files.
Yep, so we'll be back after last week, and we are here. As always, if you are enjoying these podcasts, please leave us a like or subscribe, wherever you guys typically listen to us, SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever, Google Play, I guess. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions about this show, past shows or any future shows, you can email us directly at podcast@livinglifefearless.co or leave it in the comments wherever this goes up, or you can go directly to livinglifefearless.co/podcast and fill out the form there. You may get a shout out and a response in a future episode.
Yeah, y'all. We're trying to spread love, Give us some ideas. Let us know what you want us to chop up, talk about.
Yep,
so
as well, if you like any of the gear that we rock in the videos, if you do watch us on YouTube, you can also head over to, our website, livinglifefearless.co/shop and grab some for yourself, where at the moment we are having our final days, the final weekend of our sale for our Cultured as Fuck Volume 1 coffee table book. They have been doing pretty well, and, you can get them at a super low price right now up until Monday, so don't miss out on that.
Yeah, cop those catalogs. They're fresh. It's lots of our, original content, so it's fresh.
For sure. Some of our best highlights, some of our best shots, some of our best articles. Super clean, super dope. Definitely check that out. So we're just going to hop right into it. So there's a lot of smaller type of news items that we're going to run through before we get into some album talk, because a lot has released recently. So hopping right into it, like I said, I think on our last podcast, we have a new segment of our website dedicated strictly to news headlines and breaking type of news, where we kind of post stuff, a few articles every day about stuff that's happening around the culture. And we have had a bunch over this past week relating to music, so we're going to talk about that. The first one from there is Scott Walker. He has passed away. We had a huge write-up about him, kind of retrospective, about his impact in music and kind of how he's considered a cult icon, particularly in rock. But he has been reported, I forget exactly what day, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, that he passed away at the age of 76.
76. It's a long, full life, though, So
He contributed a lot to music, kind of behind the scenes, particularly because he is a great songwriter, and he had those first 4 albums, Scott 1 through 4, and he had done a bunch of avant-garde pop albums like Night Flights and Climate of Hunter. And he was super experimental, and he pushed the envelope on a lot of different sounds and definitely created a lot of different waves, and people certainly took a lot of influence from him. He may not have had the massive name recognition as some of the people who followed in his footsteps, but his impact was nonetheless great.
Yeah. Okay.
So RIP to him, and definitely check out his music while if you haven't heard him.
Lord.
In other sad news, indie pop duo, they're called Her, from Britain. They have reported to have died, I think earlier this morning, in a car crash in Arizona on the way to one of their next shows in California.
What?
Them and their manager.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so again, RIP to them. It's always sad to lose, creative individuals like that, specifically when it's far before their time. But, RIP.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Another news item directly from our site, Jay-Z's Blueprint has officially made it into the Library of Congress. For the last 17 years, the Library of Congress has selected various recordings that it thinks are essential to preserve for posterity in its National Recording Registry. And this year they announced their selection of songs and recordings that had made it, and Jay-Z's Blueprint was on that list.
Hove. Well, that's it. I mean, is that weird? Is that weird?
No. I mean, it's kind of, at this point, particularly in American history and culture, you can't not acknowledge the impact that hip-hop has had. Just look around.
Facts.
And Blueprint was one of the most influential albums to ever come out in hip-hop, so it only makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not the first hip-hop selection. Grandmaster Flash's single, The Message, I think was the first one to get into, and then it was followed by, Public Enemy, Tupac, Sugar Hill Gang, NWA, and Run DMC.
Okay. Jay-Z already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting because there's so many other rappers in that, so like he's in there. He's a Hall of Fame, so it's obvious.
Already been solidified, but that solidified his legacy even more. That's crazy to think, it could be like 400 or 500 years from now, somebody goes to the National Registry, you see Jay-Z Blueprint in there. That's funny.
Yeah, that's tight. That's crazy.
There's a full list of about 30 selections. I'm not going to name them all, but you can definitely head over to the site and check them out for yourself. Next, there is another one directly from our site. There's an interesting little tidbit. Warner Music has recently signed an algorithm to a record deal.
Oh, I saw about that. Yeah, they signed an algorithm.
It was only a matter of time.
An algorithm got a record deal, y'all.
I mean, at this point, the way I reckon, kind of at this point, a lot of these newer generation artists, particularly in hip hop, are nothing more than algorithms themselves. They kind of just try to tap into what they find successful and just kind of emulate that to blow up. So it's not that big of a stretch because most of them are hollow, kind of fill in the blank kind of individuals. But this is an actual AI program that they put on a record deal. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, super weird.
And it's it was weird. Yeah, the app, I don't know, it's an app that caters to your moods or something. It plays music that caters to how you feel or some shit.
Yeah, so it's not making, full on chart topping songs, but it is creating kind of soundscapes and kind of mood type of music. I guess you can kind of think of those nature type of soundtracks and stuff. They're supposed to release 20 albums in this year alone.
Yeah,
and the
20.
First 5 are all related to sleep.
Yeah, sleep 1, 2, 3, and 4 or something.
And it completely, I guess the algorithm completely composes and plays the music. And it's created by, I want to say, this German company, correct me if I'm wrong, called Endale. And I guess they said they weren't really interested in doing a record deal because it kind of defeats the purpose of what they were really trying to do with it. But obviously, I'm sure that they've seen enough money on there that they decided to do it anyways. But I guess the whole purpose of the app in the first place was to kind of be able to create personalized soundscapes and music that is immediately adaptable to kind of what people input.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Weird.
It's weird.
I don't know. I'm still a little confused about it, but
the app is supposed to make music in real time. You tell it what you want, kind of put input different type of cues, and then it's supposed to make it real time and adapt to that certain situation in person.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, the record deal, you can't do that. The albums are, I guess, just soundscapes that they created. I don't know how they created them, but they. Right. Oh, it's just weird. The whole thing's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. Because are they gonna stream? So the app's gonna be an artist page on streaming? services?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they
The
said they have
albums are gonna
albums
be
out.
whatever the app name is. Like, yo,
I mean,
you heard that Sleep 2
the
yet?
app itself is on like smartphones and Amazon stuff already, but
Yeah.
the actual artist, I don't know about that. I didn't see anything info about that
Yeah.
particular.
Hmm.
And like, what's
I
the
don't know.
name of
It's
the album? I
interesting.
guess I don't know. It was interesting. And if
Yeah.
traditional artists, weren't pissed enough about technology and making music so easy, how about just replacing the whole artist entirely?
Yeah. You guys like music? Okay. My computer's gonna make 20 albums this year, fam. That
Look,
it,
I'm 100% sure that an algorithm could easily make a lot of the songs that are being put out by like a lot of these, particularly new wave of rappers,
oh yeah.
certain
Kanye?
because they follow a specific type of formula.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% sure it can make a beat like that with an algorithm alone. And
Oh yeah.
imagine, and if the algorithm could really like learn how to do that and like actually make chart topping like production and hits, oh, it'd be over for a lot. It'd be over for like 90% of these producers right now.
Oh, for real though. Especially you could just insert your vocals and then it would
Right.
do the rest for you. It would mix and master it. Like it would just like, oh yeah, this fits here. It would like chop it up and like compose you different versions. Like, oh, you like this one or this one? Like your
Look,
computer would be the craziest.
I'm joking, but I really don't think it's that far fetched.
Fam, that sounds like what's going to happen, and that's when the industry's fucked. I don't know what's gonna happen to music
You think
when
it'd be?
that happens.
I don't know if it'd be fucked, but it would definitely
I
put
mean, you
even
saw what
greater
SoundCloud
emphasis.
did.
I
You
think
saw
it
what
would put.
SoundCloud did.
I think it would put even greater emphasis on like the truly talented artists
Yeah,
because there's certain shit you can't. A computer's just never gonna be able to. Machines never or app or algorithm whatever is never gonna really be able to replicate from
right.
certain type of artists. But from a lot of this simple shit, easy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And whoever learns and cracks that code is going to make big money.
All the Kendrick type beats and type beat producers are over with
Oh, it'd be a
very
wrap.
soon.
It'd be a wrap.
Can't be a
They'd
type
have
beat.
to become Instagram influencers.
That's what they was making the beats for and putting type beat on the YouTube for. Like, yo. And then they probably go on everybody's page, all the artists' page. Yo, check out my videos. Like in the comments. Like they don't say shit about the whatever they commented on. They just like, yo, come to my shit. It's good. Like, no, nigga. Like, shut up.
It's definitely a crazy story. So you should definitely check out the full kind of write up on the site. It's up there now.
Wow.
Another item on the list. So they recently released a study that they have been conducting for I don't know exactly how many years, but the name of the study is Who Remembers the Beatles, a collective memory for popular music. It was published recently this year, and it kind of deals with the question, like, when it says collective memory, kind of just the general population's memory of popular music, kind of which decade of music does this current generation of listeners remember the most?
Mm-hmm.
And it found out, actually, most people probably wouldn't assume, but it's actually the 60s, particularly, and some of the 70s type of songs and singles were the most remembered by people even from this generation of millennials.
Oh, swag. That's what's up.
More so than their own current music and just like the decade before.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's what sampling is, right? We're carrying all of that. We're sampling from them, from that decade too. So like, that's where all the good samples come from.
So it kind of adds fuel to the argument that all this current music is just watered down kind of bullshit. Because if music from the 60s, even with this current generation, is more recognizable and remembered than like the song that came out, half a year ago.
Yeah.
Kind of says something about the state of general music. Not obviously, there's certain obvious exceptions, but general music.
Yeah.
That maybe that time period is more timeless than now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's just something about the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, especially music wise. I feel like it just hit something different. Like,
Yeah. That was like
just
Nina
tapped into something.
Simone.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah.
Just tapped into something never really seen before or ever like seen since. On
Yeah.
all genres, you know.
Yeah, that was like the Woodstock era.
And I guess surprisingly, some of the most remembered songs they said that were kind of played in the study. And the study again was between 643 participants of age 18 to 25. I guess the songs were Percy Sledge's version of "When a Man Loves a Woman,"
Mm.
Blondie, "The Tide Is High," and there was one from the '70s, "Baby Come Back" by Player, which is a fantastic song.
Oh.
Baby Come Back.
All them shits is fire. That's what's up. Timeless. That's interesting. That's an interesting. I didn't necessarily think those titles, but they make sense.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, I'm sure there's definitely bigger songs from that era.
Yeah.
But I was like, really? But then when I actually like listened to the songs,
Yeah.
it was kind of like I could see why. I've definitely heard this a million times, either through movies or commercials or something. You know, some sort of form other than just like the radio or listening to a song.
Right. Definitely.
So I can see it, but
Yeah.
it was interesting. Lou Reed, so the New York Public Library, this might interest you. Lou Reed, aka one of the frontrunners for the Velvet Underground,
Yeah.
the iconic band. He has his own archive at the New York Public Library where you can now hear over like 35 audio recordings from him.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's like 3,600 audio and like 1,300 video recordings and all types of paper records and photographs and stuff like that. And it was all donated by his late wife.
Oh wow, that's tight. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna look into that. What's dope about the New York Public Library is like all you gotta do is like sign up and like the access. They got so much stuff you can get. Like just not only that, like but like just imagine like the stuff people have donated that you can get access to. It's crazy. Like and you could like even all kinds of stuff. They let you rent like if you need a camera. Like say you're somebody that needs like a camera like for something, you can rent a camera from the public library. It's tight.
That's dope. I remember, I know a lot of libraries you can rent like video recording stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lou Reed Archive, New York Public Library.
That's
Dope.
cool.
So that is it for the news articles directly from our site, but you should definitely kind of go over and check them out for yourself. There's more to the write-ups, and there's a lot more news, general news stuff on there too, coming out every day. So definitely check that out. Other news, J. Cole has been said to be the new executive producer for Young Thug's upcoming album, or one of his upcoming albums.
Ah. So kind of like when Drake was doing that for Young Thug. So
Did
he
he
kind of
executive produce whole albums?
technically he was supposed to work on the Easy Breezy Thugger Girl project. But I don't know if that was I don't think he actually did, but that was the first time I heard Young Thug do this thing. He said Drake was going to do it.
Well, it's been confirmed, I guess, from sources close to the camp that J. Cole is set to executive produce his new album. Not sure if that's like Barter 7 or anything else he's kind of alluded to.
Oh, I think.
But,
yeah, that's kind of lit. I mean,
what do you think about that?
I think it's smart if it's really a collaboration with Cole and not just a promotion with Cole. Like if Cole's actually in a studio with Young Thug and they
It's
actually like build a couple things, like it doesn't have to be the whole project, but like if they actually like build like 3 songs to get a vibe and then they start mailing shit, that's gonna be a super dope project.
well, it's executive producing, so I don't necessarily know that. I don't think that means that he's like making any of the beats,
No, that
but
doesn't say that specifically,
I,
but
I do think it means that he's kind of having a say in like what should be on the album and track listing and stuff like that.
yeah. So I don't think. I guess he's not necessarily part of the. Yeah, I guess it's more so like input on the final product,
Yeah,
basically. So that's interesting to think about. Yeah, I get it.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure. I don't know how I feel about that.
input
Their
on the final product.
their styles are just so wildly different, and it's not like J. Cole has had the best album decisions himself,
Yeah,
and it seemed kind of hop over to this wholly different lane and kind of do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe because
it's not quite. I mean,
he
he's
is
kind
like
of he's laced himself up for this though. He's
he is
kind of put
yeah. I was
himself
gonna say
in
he is
that
like a
position.
big student of the game itself, so I'm sure he
Yeah,
understands that lane. But still, it's weird. I think it's a weird decision.
it sounded weird when he said it. I was like, oh, that's it. It sounds odd as a pairing because I don't think there's a J Cole Young Thug song like where.
No, but they have been on tour. He did bring him on this tour, which was surprising for KOD.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's
Actually,
kind
that's
of
kind of
sure
dope.
it's where. No, I mean it was unexpected. People were super surprised that Young Thug was the guy he chose to be on tour with them.
Yeah.
And Cole has been kind of reaching out to doing obviously more guest features on a lot of more trap, mainstream type of rap than you kind of expect. So,
Hmm.
I mean, he obviously has like his ear to that, but it's just weird to see him executive produce Young Thug's project.
Yeah, it is. But then, like, when I thought about it, it sounds less ridiculous than LeBron doing 2 Chainz album. So,
I mean, I don't really think Bron had much overall involvement, honestly. I think of more like, yeah, this I like this song, it should be on there. This, like that. I don't really think
yeah, I
he's
know.
like content curating that much, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a great promotion
definitely.
thing. This doesn't necessarily seem like a promotion, but an actual like thing.
Yeah, I think it seems mutually beneficial, actually. This seems like something that could help both of them.
I don't. I mean,
Young
Cole
Thug
doesn't
more
need
than
the
J.
help.
Cole, but
Cole
J.
definitely doesn't
Cole
need the
could.
help.
No, no, J. Cole doesn't need help. That's what I mean. But, like, at the same time, it seems like what Cole wants to do
I
is
I
not
feel like his
the
image is shifting.
backpacker. He doesn't
Yeah,
want to be the backpacker.
his image is shifting, particularly I think with fans of artists like that in that genre.
Yeah,
Because he has done a lot of stuff with those type of artists, like all those Lil Pump fans at the time that were like saying "fuck J Cole" and all that. Da, da, da.
yeah.
I haven't really heard any of that noise, And I feel like they're kind of showing him a lot more respect because he has kind of
Hmm.
reached out, crossed over more, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it's hoping that way. Young Thug just hasn't had a good album on a period in a really long time, so
Yeah.
he needs more than executive producing than me. But we'll see. Well, I'm interested. I'm curious
I
to
just
see how
want a
he plays
good
out.
thug project. I just want a thug project that you could actually talk about. Like I don't want no bullshit. That's just like yeah.
Hmm. We'll see. I mean,
Sometimes he be hitting some features and the features be amazing and I'll be like, oh my god, if he does this on his own projects,
but then he doesn't. So I
but
don't know.
then he doesn't.
I'm definitely curious to see kind of how that turns out. So have you heard this song "Old Town Road" by this new kind of artist, Little Nas X?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so
Little Town Road.
it's kind of been blown up meme wise and stuff like that. kind of a rap song, but kind of country at the same time. And it was, and actually was listed on Billboard's country music charts, I think, after a while.
Yeah.
And I think it was charting pretty well. But yeah, Roasted number 32. Yeah. Roasted number 32 on the charts. And this week, they announced that they are actually pulling it from the country music charts. They disqualified it from the country charts.
Why? Because it wasn't serious or something?
I quote, not embracing enough elements of today's country music.
Of today's country music.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is kind of stupid. Well, not kind of. It's really stupid.
That's them saying, nah, you pop. You pop. You alternative, homie. You ain't country. You alternative. You alternative pop, cuz.
Because modern country, most big singles from modern country are almost hybrids of other genres, anyways. And to see it like something new like this kind of pop up, and for them to kind of like just shows how old and out of touch they are with the current wave of like music and everything.
Yeah, you said it was kind of rap. Like that sounds like they were like, oh, that's urban contemporary.
I mean, he's like over here rapping on there, but it's super country type, and it's definitely got some rap production to it, but it still like sounds super country. So I could easily see it kind of being on there.
Yeah,
and obviously that news only benefited him in a single even more. The fact that they announced that,
right?
I think as of right now, last time I checked, it was sitting at over 16 million views. So,
right.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad from him because you just helped me out by, pushing it out there even more.
Yeah. Oh, my checks got bigger when you cut me off. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. Cut me off again, man. Like, that's wild.
So, I mean, yeah, you should definitely check that out. It's actually pretty kind of. It's actually kind of a pretty good song. I'm not gonna lie.
Young entrepreneurs out here.
So it was a hit that began as a TikTok meme. Huh.
That's crazy. Production value.
It was definitely kind of a joke type of song at first, and I think it just kind of virally became a hit.
Yeah, I'll be honest. A lot of the rap that I've been hearing, I have to when certain styles started, I had to think about is this a joke? Like Blueface, I had to think about if this was a joke or not.
It probably wasn't as serious as it is now.
Yeah, but for real. So when I heard it, I was like, wait, is this joke music or is this he really thinks this is his dope style, this, he's flowing like that, is he trying to be weird or is it just he's like that? That's what I was trying to figure out about the basic, so I don't know, weirdness, just I don't know, sometimes.
I don't know, but you should definitely check the song out. Lil Nas X, Old Country Road or Old Town Road, some of them, I can't remember. Lil Nas X.
Okay.
So we obviously have to talk about Cardi B.
Oh. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've seen her trending.
Been trending and the topic of conversation a lot this week. And not for particularly good things. Which is rare. She's been on such a roll.
That's crazy. Yeah, this is the first backlash in a while, so. But hey, welcome to stardom, honey.
Comes with the territory.
Facts.
So for people that don't know the story, I guess some old Instagram live footage resurfaced, which if y'all people don't know by now, anything you do online or social media or whatever is going to live on forever. Somebody is screenshotting it, somebody is screen recording it, and it will come back around at some point eventually. For sure, somebody was holding on to this one for years. So she was on Instagram live talking about kind of how she came up, and at one point she mentioned how she used to drug men that came to the strip club and that said that they wanted to have sexual relations with her. She would agree, go back to wherever, hotel room, whatever, slip something in the drink, drug them, and then rob them. Yeah. And now that is coming back up because obviously
Old Insta Live. Ooh, Cardi. What do you have to say about this? No, I'm just kidding.
So obviously, a lot of those people, particularly guys, have been jumping all over her, particularly because like the whole Me Too thing and everything. Like, see, you need to come at her with the same type of energy you came at a lot of guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I just think it's funny. My thoughts are it's hilarious. There's like a couple ways you can look at it. Like me personally, I think that the outrage is funny because even like if you think about the clip a little bit in like what she said, the circumstances of how it happened weren't like she actually lured somebody just to like give them a dance. Like she was like selling sex, you know, to a weird girl, you know, like she like, you know, a dude was paying for sex. Like, so part of it in just like in that whole world is a lot of weird shit. So like when she brought up that, I'm like, well, there's a lot of weird shit. And if people were talking about that, guys and girls, they would be like, nah. So like I was just like, this is a weird clip just to for us to be talking about in general. But you never drugging somebody is crazy no matter what. That's just crazy. That's and like A1 just drugging someone like and then to take advantage of them.
Regardless if you're a girl or a guy, drugging somebody is way out of bounds. And I think for sure if this was a guy who had said this, I agree with them that if she was a guy who had said this, even she said I didn't like have sex with them, then rape them, but I just robbed them. If a guy said that he was drugging women and like robbing them, it would have for sure blown up. I think 10 times as much as it has for her.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they were like at her level of stardom, and that type of video footage came out, they would be catapulted down the ladder immediately.
Right. It'd for sure be cancel her. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Cancel him.
Because like you saw, like anybody with lyrics that sound like crazy now are getting killed for it. You know?
Rick Ross when he said slip to Molly or some shit like that.
Yeah, she didn't even know it.
Yeah, she ain't. Yep. And that was just a line, and they came at him super tough for that one.
Yeah, exactly. Super tough. So everybody, that's where people are like, keep the same energy, keep the same energy. So like,
okay, so I do agree that the response should be the same because I do see certain female individuals kind of trying to rationalize and like kind of play it down like it's not that big of a deal, saying that the guys should know that should know that this could happen or should kind of expect this to happen because they're dealing with a stripper or whatever. And it's just like, again, for me, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, what profession or whatever situation is that you're drugging a person and, you know, stuff like that. Like that's still, I don't think that you can defend her actions.
I mean, you can't, but then like at the same time, you know, you still don't know like what dude she was drugging. Like, what if these dudes were crazy? Like, what if they pay her to like get beat up or something, or like oh, that's what you like? Yeah, we could do that just because she knew she was like playing the game, and they were really like oh yeah, I got the weapons.
Yeah, but ready. I'm pretty sure the way she said it and explained it was that this was not part of a game, that they had no idea that this was happening.
Oh no, like nobody. Yeah, the dudes definitely didn't know they were gonna get like put to sleep and then like
Wake
got.
up with all this shit gone.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but
that's when she didn't
I
have shit.
do look, but I do agree with her when the point that she made that since she is a hip hop artist, it is a bit hypocritical to come at her this crazy when let's say 80-90% of lyrics are about people that used to sell drugs to their own community, to their own mamas, to their own family, used to that supposedly killed people, that did all these fucked up crimes and criminal activities.
Yeah,
And in that sense, it's kind of for me, it's like, well, she has a point. You can't
yeah,
really, I can't really be that mad at some of the shit that like this, considering we big up all these other artists that glorify fucked up shit even more than this,
yeah,
you know?
right.
So I think the fact that she is a hip hop artist kind of gives her a pass from that alone.
I mean, look, the reason she's getting the pass is because there's no victim. Nobody's like, oh, I'm one of the dudes Cardi got. Like, if dude was like, this is what happened to me after I lost everything, and blah, blah, like if there was a dude that like maybe something like serious happened and we heard a story, then maybe you could actually cancel Cardi. But there's nothing even close to that. So that was like literally a clip from years ago before Cardi even had, was multi-millionaire. She maybe had $1 million then if she was lucky. So like that's like Cardi on the hustle before, she could buy, all her whole family of cars and shit. Like so she's like on she's changed. She don't gotta do that shit. She's never gonna do that shit. Nobody in her family is ever gonna do that shit. So like it, bringing up that old clip is like rah rah cool, but like if we're not talking about like the actual victims, like and then she's not canceled. And
I
then
mean, I
all
guess
we need to learn is we know it's
I guess what
wrong.
I see on social media is a lot of people are trying to compare her situation to like how people reacted to Bill Cosby's situation.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw that too. And the funny thing, that's what's crazy too, is like I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's weird because that was like there was this whole conversation about double standards and shit, that also brought up like what is the double standard and like
I mean, this is definitely a double standard, like I said, because the fact that people are even trying to defend her actions is kind of like, all right, you wouldn't give the same type of energy to defending somebody if this was a man. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
And that's fact. But at the same time, like I said, she's a hip hop artist. She clearly has a past, and people pick up all these other artists who glorify their past, which is way worse than anything she said so far. It's like, how outraged can you really be? And there's no comparison between what she did and what Bill Cosby did.
Facts. Yeah, Cardi B was not Cardi B. Like she was Cardi B, like the Instagram girl, what's it called? The TV show Love and Hip Hop chick, but she wasn't Cardi B the superstar. That was before Bodak Yellow. Nobody cared about her
Her,
when she was saying that shit.
I think at the end of the day, her image will be completely fine. Uh,
Oh yeah, she's great. All she has to do is talk about something else.
yeah, I think her image will definitely be completely fine. I just, I just don't think, like I said, I just don't think you can defend anything that she said or did. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to really hurt her in any tangible way.
Yep, my same sentiments.
All right. Well, last thing I want to talk about. Pretty sure it's on tonight, possibly going on still.
Oh,
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is going on,
that's cool.
and the ones getting inducted tonight are The Cure, Def Leppard, Janet Jackson, Stevie
Swag.
Nicks, Radiohead, Roxy Music, and the Zombies.
Oh, swag.
So,
well, congrats, shouts to them, all those artists and bands. That's crazy.
Janet will not be performing, but I think Stevie Nicks is.
Oh, that's lit. Stevie Nicks is gonna perform. That's gonna get some good ratings probably for them. Stevie Nicks, a legend. I don't know how good it's gonna sound, but I'm sure.
So yeah, I mean, one thing I'm really waiting for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is when Wu-Tang gets in. Which they for sure should.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's crazy because they got Ghostface, Raekwon, like the people in Wu-Tang assembled into Wu-Tang. That's just crazy. Just the group like that.
Putting NWA in last year, and then I'm pretty sure they had Run DMC.
Public Enemy.
I'm not.
They didn't do Public Enemy.
I don't know.
Oh, they might not yet. That's probably their next one. They probably do that before.
I'm gonna lean to yes, but you guys can fact check me on that. But I'm just saying, with groups like that, Wu-Tang definitely belongs in there.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Wu-Tang is...
It's just a matter of time.
Too influential.
Yeah, just a matter of time, to this day. So, that is it for our news items. Let us know your thoughts and opinions about anything and everything that we kind of talked about there. Went through a lot, and a lot of those news items you can read more about on the site in our new news segment. But yeah, let us know down below where this goes up. So let's get right into some album talk.
Yeah.
A lot has dropped. I talked about some of it last time. We missed some. I want to start. Well, you mentioned, you texted me about this earlier, so we'll just start there. Billie Eilish dropped her debut project, When We All Fall Asleep. Where do we something? Where do we go?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I only got a chance to give it a cursory first listen, kind of skim through it. Not really in tune with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have limited opinions about it, but it sounded like you really dug this album.
I was into it. Like, so this is what's crazy. I wasn't really familiar with Billie Eilish or Eilish when she
Eilish, or however you say it,
came out. But like some random thing happened that like her name popped up in my like timeline. So like I went and looked, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but I looked at a video they put out in like 2016 or something, and the shit had like 150 million views. And it was a music video, and I was like, what? Who is this? So I was like, oh shit, this is like I don't even know, like a female Juice WRLD, like somebody I'd never heard of that like everybody thinks is dope or some shit. Like, I don't know. So I checked her out, and I was like, all right, let's see about this album. And just from like the cover, you know, art, I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be some like creepy weird shit. You know, like it looks like kind of creepy. And like I put it on, the whole album is like eerie. It's like, but in this artsy way. It's crazy. It's like the production in this whole project is amazing. I think like what her team has done with her vocals and like how these songs are composed is like crazy. So that's what I love about it. I don't necessarily know if I'm 100% sold on her though. And that's how I feel like coming out of it, but I haven't gone to it, you know, enough times yet to know for sure.
And what about her aren't you like sold on?
Well, so her interviews, she's like the happiest person I've ever seen, and then her music is dark as fuck. Like, like she's got like a love letter like to Xannies, and like a goodbye song for you to listen to before she dies. That's her outro. Like, like the shit is dark, and for like this wave of like emo depressed like
it's like
new
perfect
kids.
for this wave.
like, but the thing is, it's like the best. Like it's almost like critically engaging it. Like it's weird. It's responding to this like atmosphere at the same time. So it's like creating a sound that references what's happening, but is like doing different things.
So, I mean, like I said, I haven't really gone through track by track or really dug into it yet. I kind of gave it a skim. But like
Yeah.
you, I wasn't really big on who she was. I really didn't know that much about her for a long time. I'd always kind of see her name pop up here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really until the video, I think, for Bury a Friend that I really kind of
Oh
perked
yeah.
up and took notice. I was like, this is different. There's something here, you know? And
Right.
kind of did some research a little bit and found out she's only like 17.
Yeah.
And at
And she was like
this,
new people like XXX Tentacion and shit like that.
and like at this age to kind of have that vision and ear and like artistic touch when it comes to music is very rare and
I'll be honest, she
exciting.
reminded me of Little Peep a little bit, but not in
Yeah, I
like
mean, like
music
I said, she's
quality, but just
definitely,
like the mixing and just like knowing what type of artist they are at a young age is like on point. It seems.
yeah, she's definitely in touch with this whole kind of emo teenage angst wave. And I feel like, especially in this internet age, she's
Yeah.
like a perfect representation, like representative of that and like of this current generation of listeners for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from like her content and the stuff she says in her songs and kind of the production, the way stuff kind of developed through what I heard on the album.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, Lord was 17, I think, when she really first blew up, but they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I think, on completely different spectrums. Where Lord is more like more type of mainstream type of pop.
Yeah. Billie Eilish
She's
sounds like if Lord was locked in a dungeon for 5 years and wrote an album, and
yeah,
this is her debut. Like that's what Billie Eilish sounds like.
yeah, and I mean, my initial reactions are just like, oh, like she has a really unique voice and she really knows how to use it,
Yeah.
and she
Like an
uses it
instrument. Like she doesn't
to,
use it
yeah,
to, like singing. Like she's using it like to make the song do
yes,
things.
it's like,
It's
and like you
weird.
said, it feels like another instrument, and like it changes and fluctuates like from song to song, and like it really brings out, I think, the song as a whole. And
Yeah.
so I can't really speak to how much I liked the album or the songs, but the few I've heard before I actually listened to the album, I liked.
Hmm.
And I think my immediate kind of reaction is she reminds me of like a Fiona Apple,
Mm. Okay. I can see that.
where they're super
That's.
like personal kind of and like super intense and just super confident in like their music and what they
Hmm.
have to say. And the fact that she's this confident in what she has to say and her voice and like her personality at this young of an age is, I think, the most exciting part of her whole act.
Yeah. I'm just overall impressed by new artists, really. Because I wanted to shit on it. Like, to be honest, I looked at it and was like, oh, okay. This is gonna be like some emo girl riding the hip hop wave or some shit. Like, what is this
She's
bullshit
definitely
about to be?
riding that kind of trap wave, like
Yeah, but
SoundCloud wave.
I thought it was gonna be overly done. Like, it was actually not like,
No, like I said, I just think she's like a perfect representation of like this generation of teens and kids and listeners.
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And
That's
like
why I was thinking Little Peep earlier. It was
I can
just like,
see why like people on the internet, like particularly kids on the internet, like love her stuff and like love her because
yeah,
it's she's definitely of this generation, like 1,000%. And
for sure.
I think she gave it a voice like so few artists have been able to really do.
That's what I was really surprised by is because she like articulated what's going on. Like that's why I was like, it's kind of a critique. It's like weird. She's like summing up this weird shit that's happening in the young emo art game, the rap game, or not rap, but just whatever it is. I don't know what it is. The punk, the new. the new
punk,
wave.
emo, whatever you want to call it, like
Yeah.
trap, SoundCloud, whatever, bro. It's just this weird mix of
The
everything.
littles, yeah, like, I don't know what it's all, yeah. But yeah, no, I thought it was smooth. I'm definitely gonna go back to it. My favorite standout, just like for now, is the You Should See Me in a Crown. I thought that like
Yeah, I did hear that song. That song was dope as fuck.
yeah, I fuck with that. So that's in my rotation now for sure.
It's definitely very moody and vibe heavy, you know.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I mean, you guys let us know what you thought about Billie Eilish, if that's how you say her name's debut. When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Yep.
So, got to talk about Flume. It has been a while since he dropped a project, but he is back with the new mixtape called "Hi, This Is Flume."
Yeah.
Again, you were pretty excited when I said last week that he was coming with something new.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hype. I was like, oh, word, Flume's coming? Because the last Flume project was, I thought, excellent. I thought it was top to bottom, smooth, and perfect. This time around, so like, yeah, needless to say, I was like, yo, new Flume's out, jumping right in. Because I skipped other projects that I thought I might be hype about just to listen to the Flume first. So, I thought it was funny. I just loved the intro. I thought it was cool. Because it's weird. He's playing with things. Because he called it a mixtape. And then his intro is him doing the, sort of like Spotify,
YouTube type of shit.
YouTube, yeah. The like, hi, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, click down for the playlist kind of thing. Like, you're listening to Flume Radio. Like, so that was funny. I liked that. And then it just goes off. I wasn't sure if I wanted more or less vocals. I was like, I actually think it was a good balance throughout the album. A couple songs felt close, but I think it was just because he wanted me to remind us of where we were in the album earlier. It was like a connection song that like led out. But I fuck with most of this.
You don't get many songs with vocals, and the songs that don't have vocals aren't that long. Most of them don't even reach 2 minutes, and like
right, yeah, it just rides through. So it's hard to like actually know what song. But I do remember, shit, what's the song? Gotta look at my. Oh, Spring. Spring's like Spring and High Beams are probably the ones I probably play the most.
So yeah, I heard it. Like I said, it's experimental. Uh, Feels like a kind of he's trying new things out, different things out here and there. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's pretty short. A lot of songs, some songs don't even reach a minute and a half.
Which is surprising for Flume, kind of, actually.
Yeah. And
I
I don't know,
think
I
it's like all
enjoyed
the
it.
tape.
Like I enjoyed it overall. It's very cinematic and kind of it's the soundscapes he uses. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw, but he released like a visualizer for the entire
Oh man,
project.
he did. Yeah, full album visualizer.
And
Yeah.
after hearing the album and actually watching that,
Mhm.
I think it actually made me enjoy the project he put out even more
Yeah.
because it helped you really visualize kind of what he was going for with some of the sounds there. And
Right.
like I said, it's super cinematic and it fit kind of perfectly in that type of format.
It really did. And what's cool is like I was worried it was gonna like be how it started the whole time. And like that it was really just an equalizer. And then, and then nah. I was like, here we go. We got storyline. We got different scenes. We got we got like a really dope like short film.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I enjoyed it. It's just not really one song that I kind of could pick out I'd be like, I'm gonna go to this and listen to it specifically. It's more of a project that I would just throw on in the background and let it ride without really thinking about too much about it. But it's dope to actually see him come back. And I typically love a lot of his collaborations with like artists, particularly like hip hop artists when he does that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not enjoy too many of his actual features on this one.
Yeah, a couple of them, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, cool mixtape.
Overall, pretty dope.
Pretty dope.
Excited to see kind of where he goes in the future with that.
Yeah, I like some of the vibes. I like some of the stuff he's doing. And the visuals, crazy. That's tight. That's crazy. We need more of that.
So another one that we kind of been talking about, looking forward to, on our own. I don't think we talked about any shows, but Yelawolf is back with his own with the new Trunk Music entry. Trunk Music 3. And I think this is the best he's done kind of leading up to a project in a while. Yeah. Like really building the hype with a lot of these kind of freestyles and one-offs.
Definitely.
So, have you gotten a chance to kind of go through it? It did release maybe today or maybe yesterday, last night.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going up and down. That's actually, it's so. I'll just start with I'm satisfied. Like I was like expecting something from Yelawolf, and I'm not. Like I didn't leave disappointed, basically. But going through it. It's actually very well done in terms of it's not too long, but it's not short. It's got a range of his style. Like he has some really personal songs that are really dope on it, and then he has some. What we came there for based on the rollout kind of shit,
Trunk music shit that you would throw on in the car.
And then what's dope for fans that have like actually been there riding with Yelawolf is the samples that he used, like because he used Trunk Music sample in the Trunk Music, so like that's tight. Like being like, oh shit, because you remember when you first heard that how hype it was. So like always bringing that, he's coming with the fire. So, I thought it was tight. It was weird though. There was some moments where I was confused, but like I just let it slide. Like the MGK. At first I was like, because there was that whole like MGK saying, please don't take my verse off Yellow's album or whatever. And then in this rollout, yeah, he said that back in their thing. He said something about like, don't take my verse off Yelawolf's. Yeah. Yeah, so he had the verse recorded back when Eminem and MGK were beefing already.
I mean, I assumed he had it before because I don't think he would do it after.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a bit weird. I was like, is that MGK?
Yeah.
It's only MGK. I'm like, is he on the Yelawolf album?
Yeah.
A little bit weird, that whole situation. But the whole situation is kind of weird to begin with. It wasn't really felt like a real kind of problem,
Right, but then that was the whole thing is because like in the rollout he said like you'll see how I feel about him.
Yeah, you'll see how I feel about him. Yeah,
I was like, okay,
so I guess he feels
cool.
good about him.
Y'all are cool. That's
yeah,
shady, I guess. So I was like, so that was a rollout. So I was like, my conspiracy theory about Eminem and MGK, creating a beef to boost their fucking record sales and his battle TV YouTube series shit, was probably true.
Maybe.
Because MGK did release an album right after, like I said, I was like, yo, he should release some music. This is a big bam. Here's an album. Thanks. Like And then like, oh yeah, you guys liked battling? Check it out. Here's a YouTube fucking mini series of battles or a movie or whatever the fuck it was, like a battle, rap battling, like bam, and so now Yelawolf calls out all these white rappers, and then he says, "You'll see how I feel about MGK on my album." Yelawolf shady, like, and then bam, his verse is still on it, and I didn't really hear any like smoke, so I was like, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, like you, I wasn't
So that's what was weird to me.
I was a bit disappointed, a little bit, like not a lot, but a little bit, because he gave us so much heat leading up to the project.
Yeah.
That I don't think he really matched any of the stuff that he was like giving out for free in terms of like
I feel
shit
like
that really knocked.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't listened to it in big speakers like yet. Like I only listen to the
Yeah,
headphones
I
so far.
definitely gonna throw it on my speaker tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I just remember feeling like the Bloody Sunday shit and all the other shit that he dropped was just like,
Yeah.
yo, if he's coming with this type of shit, Jesus.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I kind of will say like I didn't. It wasn't like disappointed. Just feels like a bad word to say, but like I kind of did expect just a little bit more, just a little bit more. I was like this could have been the one to propel you, but it's just the one to remind your core and people who are looking at you now that you're really good.
Yeah. I mean, like I
But
said, I'm not like super disappointed. I just was kind of expecting more in line with what he gave us before.
yeah,
And while there are definitely moments that are kind of on par with that, like Catfish Billy 2, which I kind of text you about, is fucking tough as shit.
oh yeah. No,
But I
I
think
feel like he introed
overall he
cool.
doesn't. And he doesn't. And he still, I mean, he still gives you, like, trunk music implies that he is kind of going back to that older trap style that he kind of came up on.
Yeah.
That more shit rattle your car and like really just come at
He
you with
was
the
trying to like
heavy
merge the
bars.
stuff that people didn't
Yeah,
fuck
but he
with like the
still
stuff that
gave
we did
you
want.
some of the more country fused stuff that he's kind of done his last few projects, like outlaw country type of stuff.
Yeah, but nobody was fucking with those.
That's a lie because Love Story is one of my favorite albums. Period.
A word?
Yes.
Oh, that's lit. Okay, I thought I was alone. I didn't think anybody liked those shits.
What? I
Nobody
think
talks about him. Nobody was giving Yelawolf his props after mixing up the medicine. I haven't heard a peep out of anybody about Yelawolf. Like,
no, people definitely have been sleeping on him. Definitely haven't given the props he deserved. But Love Story, you
yeah.
can't, bro. That shit is one of my favorite albums. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That shit is full of straight heat, and I love like I don't typically love country infused type of raps because I don't think people really do it well. But he did it extremely fucking well.
Yeah.
So like I'm not mad. I was never mad that he did it. I actually like that fucking lane for him because it
Mm-hmm.
seems supernatural for him.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't think the general listening public is kind of ready for that type of lane or embrace that type of lane as much as he was hoping, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's still like the staunch country, like no rap, none of that, and then there's like the staunch rap, like no country type shit, and he hasn't really
Yeah.
been able to kind of cross that bridge, which is going to be a very tough bridge for anybody to cross.
Oh
But I
yeah.
think he's by far did it better than almost anybody else out there. And Love Story is one of my favorite albums. Period. I can listen to that shit damn near front to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while
So
Trial by
basically, I will say this felt more like a mixtape
yeah, yeah, but
with
it's
good
also
songs.
it's all
It had really good songs in it. But I needed like one to like jump out of the.
it's an album though, so they can get off his contract.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
this is his last one on contract, so I don't know exactly what he's gonna do next, but this was his last one. And like I said, I Love Story particularly because that like some of his more personal type of stuff,
Yeah.
and the way he could like tell a story and those personal type of shit is
Hmm.
dope as fuck. And I think that he has a lot of songs where he does that here, like
Well,
drugs and
those were
shit
my
like that.
favorite songs on this album. Actually, are the more toned down where he's like getting more personal. Actually,
Yeah, drugs. That
yeah,
shit is
drugs is
tough.
fire. Drugs and the over here and like
Yeah, over here, yes.
flames.
So, and then when he
Because
does
he
do the
ended it
rap,
really well. That was really smart to end like that.
I mean, I think he blended it pretty well. And when he does give you the rap shit, I think it shows just how underrated he is because he spit some crazy shit on here.
But like we said, it did just come out. So like I'm gonna go back to it. Obviously, there might be something that like picks up a little bit more steam or something. But off the rip though.
I just think people need to stop sleeping on him because he can
Yeah.
rap with the best of them out there. Like, bro, he was spitting some crazy shit on here. Like, he had some crazy fucking verses and flows here.
Hell yeah. He was
And
killing this
then
shit.
when it comes to like personal stuff and like actual content, like he does that just as well as most other people too. Like, sure, you may not be able to relate to everything he's talking about, but he makes you really feel like you're like witnessing it and like it's super vivid the way he paints those pictures.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was kind of expecting more hard hitting type of shit, like the shit that he kind of gave us before leading up to this. But I'm
Yeah.
not disappointed in what we got here. I think it's just another really good project from him.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't love
definitely
it. I won't say I love it more than Trunk music or like Love Story, but it
hmm
I think it's still a solid project, and people need to stop sleeping on him.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, y'all. Just check out the project. Just check out Trunk Music 3 and, tell us what you think.
And if y'all love Love Story, let us know too, because I love
For
that shit.
real.
For real, for real.
Fam, I thought it was tight, but nobody else was like listening to it.
Like I said, it's hard bridge to gap, and people who aren't really open to that kind of bridge, I don't think even really gave it a chance.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's
true.
no way you can tell me "Till It's Gone" wasn't one of the most fire
Oh
songs that he did.
man, fam, yo, if you haven't heard "Till It's Gone," you gotta look that up. You gotta look that up.
That shit is hard as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Tennessee Love is so fucking good.
Tennessee Love was like brilliant. That was like a single for that, wasn't it? Or maybe I thought it was a single. It
It was
could
a
have been.
single he pushed for a while because it was, I think, on one of his mixtapes before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tennessee Love, A Love Story itself, Have a Great Flight, like
Oh yeah, I see because I haven't played that in a long
Devil in My
time.
Veins. Like, nah, bro. This shit was damn near front to back.
Yeah.
It is front. I can literally just play it and not skip a song. Like, I love that shit.
Word. Let's see
But
all those
maybe
classics.
maybe this will be the one to give him more recognition and more kind of eyes.
I
Because
mean, I think.
it seemed like he really got caught a little buzz there, particularly with the shit he was putting out before.
Well, yeah. So I'll say this: if this is what like it could be, like a chess move to put him in a better position to release another album in say like 9 months or a year, like what in like off of Shady, I think he might be bigger than he ever was. He could potentially do that. Like he
I
could
think
be
he
bigger
could.
than that time when like Little John he was popping when Little John was popping. That's crazy, fam. Like he's out here like OG in the game. Like that's tight
I mean, I'm excited to see. Kind of, I'm just glad he's back because I think he's super underrated.
for sure.
So, Rich the Kid, The World Is Yours too. I texted you and told you he did it again.
Yeah, you did. Plug wall. No, I'm just kidding. Yo, Rich the Kid is crazy. I didn't think.
He's one of the most slept on like artists out of these new little
He's just
artists,
easy to
basically.
hate on, man. He gets robbed every 2 weeks, man.
I
Like,
mean, because you guys, right, bro, you gotta stop talking tough. That's just not you, bro. Like, it's all right. You can just be the cool guy. Like, you ain't gotta be a tough guy. We know
he
you're not a
wants
tough
to
guy.
be the tough guy. That's what's crazy. I'm like, fam, you got robbed again? What the
Don't, yeah,
what?
all right. So, the only thing I'll say about him and his music is like, every time I hear the lyrics about him, like, selling drugs and shit, living on the street and corners, I just
Yeah.
kind of laugh, like, bro.
I laugh, but I
Like, we know
still
you,
believe
bro.
it though. I think he thinks it's all facts. Like, I think
No,
he's
I look
like,
at it like when Soldier Boy talks that shit. Like, all right, bro.
I know,
Like
and
we
that's
know
what's
you, bro.
crazy is I don't. And that's what's weird is because I look at Soldier Boy like that, and then I don't look at Rich the Kid like that. I need to
I
start looking at
do
Rich the Kid like that.
1000% look at him like that.
And that's weird because I look at Playboy Cardi and all of them look like that. So yeah, you right, you got that. Rich the Kid, but yeah, nah, he came with it. He came with it.
I mean, he just has this knack to like understand the formula of like this modern kind of rap wave. And he just
Yeah,
puts out better songs than a lot of the people that are like kind of in his class.
no, that's true. It's weird though. It's like the way he does it is so interesting because he's not like I don't know. He just has a really smooth like rollout in production, like, and this project felt like it was like a really close like companion to the first project.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
don't.
second
It's
disc,
not
like
better
this
for
too.
sure, but it's not like it wasn't like a huge drop off. It wasn't like from culture to culture too. Like it was
No.
like kind of
Oh
that
man,
same
that's
type
a
of
drop
quality.
off. That's weird.
Like I felt like it was still in that same type of quality lane. Like if you need some shit, some easy shit to throw on a whip on a ride, like you can easily go to any of his projects at this point.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
he definitely tried to replicate Plug Walk with splashing. That's damn near the
Oh
same thing.
yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what's
Like he just knows the formula, bro, and he's gonna ride that formula until the end. I can tell. Like it's just he just
yeah.
makes good fucking songs for me, and I think like Mike is a great fucking song for me.
All of these songs are formulas. Like I mean, like TikTok. Like I honestly skip it because I didn't care. But then like if I actually listen to it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they kind of in their bag though. Like this
I
is
mean,
like
whoa, with
yeah.
Miguel and Ty Dolla $ign, like, bro, this is all formula, and I know it, but I still like it, and I still fucking enjoy it. Like,
Yeah, for real, for real.
and we got a Big Sean verse, which I don't even know when's the last time we got a Big Sean verse.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, oh yeah. I was
I was
actually
like, damn,
hyped
I
about
forgot about
that.
Big
I've
Sean.
been playing that a lot, even though it's not like a crazy verse or anything.
I was
It's
like, nah, I was just like, damn, I forgot about Big Sean for a while there.
yeah, I think he's gonna be dropping. He might put out some shit this year, man.
The question is, will he ever respond to Kendrick?
No. I mean, don't put that on Big Sean. We already know that, boy. He ain't, nah. He don't want that type of problem.
I mean, so y'all let us know what you thought about Rich the Kid's newest project, and you think about Rich the Kid in general. Do you think, he's one of the most slept on kind of little artists out of this whole wave?
It's too consistent. He's mad consistent. It's great.
He knows what he is, and he's not even mad about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's a couple other albums we haven't really talked about, like DaBaby, who is on
Oh
a
yeah.
pretty strong run right now. Obviously, it came
Baby.
out some months ago, but I think people are really kind of just discovering it now,
Yeah.
like myself included, because I only knew him kind of for the fuckery type of headlines, but
Yeah.
I actually decided to give his music a listen, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be meme rap, and then I played it and was like, oh, this is kind of hard. Like I was like, oh, he can. Like at first, like, cause his voice is like he enunciates, and he's got a deep voice, and he's from the South, so it was like crazy. I was like, oh, I'm not used to a Southern dude like not like slurring or like saying it, like fast in a looser way. Like he's saying the shit hard, like, and it was crazy. Yeah, but it's high energy and it's fun.
Yeah, it's high energy all the way through, turn up type of shit, banger type of shit. And like Taking It Out is the first kind of song. And after hearing like some of the verse, like, oh, I'm surprised. Like, oh, like he's
Yeah.
really trying to rap. Like, it's not like a joke, but
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some bars." Like,
I actually like the way he pieces shit together. And like
right?
some of the shit he says. And if you know him, which all you gotta do is Google,
Oh man,
he's he's more than believable in the shit that he says. Like he's really
the
about a
baby
lot of the shit that he's talking
is
about.
the youngest. He's the real G out here in these streets. Don't he's the
Like he's not a lot of these other niggas just saying shit. Like I said,
yeah.
about like 89% just saying shit because it's kind of like the cool thing to do.
Oh yeah.
But like he's actually about that shit, which makes his
Yeah,
music even
he's
more
about
like
all of this life. Like he's not playing no games. The clips I seen are the like savage. They're just dope. They're just crazy. They're just like he did what where. Like I seen. Did you see the clip of him performing in the club?
uh
Oh my god, dog. DaBaby is in the club, right? It's a small, it's not even a big crowd, but he's rapping, right? He decides to come off stage, so he walks down, and then like security makes a circle around him, So like he's in the crowd like rapping and stuff, and there's like some dude that's kind of like looking like a gangbanger or whatever, and he's kind of like like squared up, kind of like like grabbing his waist like and walks right up to like DaBaby like through security and like walks up to him, and DaBaby just knocks him out and continues rapping, and you see the dude fall over.
Did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the dude fall over, and he just keeps rapping, dog. And like that dude was legit, like fell over. It was crazy.
Well, like I said, he has the personality, he has the charisma. If you like watch his interviews, he has kind of like the actual like passion for this shit, and then like the energy around him and his music is fucking crazy. So like I feel like he could be like a fucking big star in hip hop.
Oh, he could for sure. I think whatever he does next will probably be really big because I think now he's got the like clean money to like do it. Because I don't know what he was doing before, but I'm sure what he's got going now, he can probably
he's
really zone in
the people's attention, and I think this project is like a great kind of entry into like who he is and like the music type of music he does.
Yeah.
And like if he can just kind of capitalize on this, he has to drop a project this year to really capitalize even more on this.
Mm-hmm.
You got a goddamn star in the making for real, like because he has everything that you kind of would look for in a hip hop artist these days.
Yeah, no, he's got it all, and there aren't that many artists from Carolina. So yeah.
So I mean, like I said, dope project. I was surprised. I wasn't really expecting much. But it's definitely a banger from front to back.
Yeah, it was just nonstop. I was like, hell yeah. Babysitter, joggers.
Pony.
Oh yeah. Back end. Oh man. Going baby. All that shit, that shit just slaps back to back.
Slaps, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we'll talk about. Yeah, all right. So, an album dropped maybe yesterday, maybe today. Can't remember. From Lion Babe called Cosmic Wind, and it is one I have been looking forward to for a really, really long time. It's a duo, I think, out of DC. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think out of DC.
Mm-hmm.
With a producer and a singer, female singer, and like it's like kind of R&B and soul music. I don't know if you've heard of Lion Babe before.
No, I don't think so.
Go check them out. Trust me.
Lion Babe?
Lion Babe.
Oh, Lion Babe.
Cosmic Wind. Out now. Must listen. I haven't gotten the whole thing, but the songs I've gone through so far, it's a vibe, and it's definitely what I was looking forward to. It's some good ass music. Definitely go check them out.
That's what's up. Always love me some new R&B.
Next, Marvin Gaye. I guess he had a formerly unreleased project called You're the Man, and I guess Motown just released it to the public.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was confused. I wasn't sure. I didn't even click on it, but yeah, I
was like, "Is this the compilation or what?"
I wasn't sure if it was like just like a like greatest hits, like a playlist. I thought it was like an Apple playlist or something.
So some of these songs for sure have already kind of made their way onto compilations over the years and kind of released. But as a whole, as a project, they haven't all come together as kind of as was originally planned. He scrapped it for multiple reasons, but they just released it and kind of pieced it together. And I haven't gotten a chance to go through it, but I definitely will because it's Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, the man, Marvin Gaye.
From what I hear, it's super politically charged because I think this is right after what's going on.
Oh, okay.
So he definitely.
He was getting in his bag.
Yeah, he was really getting into like social issues and political issues and Black culture and all that stuff. So
yeah,
definitely gonna check that one out
for sure.
Last one I kind of want to talk about is Hyperion by Gesaffelstein. I think that's how you say it.
Didn't listen to him. I don't know who that is yet.
All right, so have you heard the song that he did with The Weeknd called Lost in the Fire?
Yeah, that's why I
That
know
is
that
him.
name.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's from France, I want to say. And I don't know. Lost and Fire definitely sound like a Daft Punk type of collaboration with The
Mm,
Weeknd, like when he did his shit with Daft Punk. So I wasn't surprised to find out that he's a French producer.
yeah.
But I mean, he's got songs with The Weeknd, Pharrell Williams, and it's only about 10 tracks long. But it's a
Oh,
cool little dance project, ton of vibes, EDM type of thing.
yeah. Mm,
So yeah, that's another one you should probably check out for sure. And
that's
got a
what's up.
song with Haim. I don't know how you say their name. That little
Mm.
the pop rock group Haim. How you say
I
it?
don't know.
You know the three girls, Danielle
Yeah.
Haim and the two sisters. But
Right.
that song is super dope. So
Mm.
it's a good project. Definitely check that out.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I mean that's it. All I really want. Those are kind of all the albums
Mm.
I wanted to touch on and talk about.
Word. Oh, there's one I'll mention that I never talked about. It's just like I don't know. We don't ever mention like metal and shit. There was a metal album that I was listening to that I kind of thought was kind of dope. It's it's from I Killed Everyone. They dropped an album like maybe a month ago. It's called Lamenting Hymns, and it's got a couple joints on there for sure.
Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't really talk about metal because I don't really listen to entire metal projects. There might be some songs here and there I
Mm,
like, but I don't really get into whole projects.
yeah. Well, I went through the whole project, and it's definitely good top to bottom. It's it's reminiscent. It's got a bit of Metallica vibes, but it's like more modernized. So that's what I liked about it is that it was like a more modernized, a little bit harder. Like the way everybody's cutting and like transitioning. A little bit
Hmm.
differently, and yeah, they got some of that. So it's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll check them out then, or at least some of their songs. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna obviously do our usual talk about some of the new music releases coming up this week. So for March 29th, 2019, Ben Platt is coming with a project called Sing to Me Instead. Obviously Billie Eilish, when we all fall asleep, where do we go? George Strait, Hunky Tonk, Time Machine, Lion Babe, Cosmic Wind, Marvin Gaye, You're the Man. Ty Segall is dropping a live
Oh,
album. I think
a
maybe his
live.
first live album.
Is it gonna have a visual or is it just gonna be?
I don't know. Definitely need to check that out though.
That'd be lit.
Deforming Lobes is what it's called. White Denim is Side Effects. Whitechapel's dropping The Valley. Rita Wilson is dropping Halfway to Home. Give me a second here. I need to check this other listing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a packed summer, y'all. Just wait. Watch the end of April. Watch around April, like I don't know, around 420. Right after 420.
Okay, yeah, Saweetie is dropping, I guess, one of her projects called Icy.
Hmm.
Yelawolf, Truck Music 3. The Main, You Are Okay. Johnny Void, Mies and Beam.
Hmm.
Well, Chris, Guns.
Oh, I might actually check that out. That might be dope.
So, like I said, there's a lot, so give me a second here.
Well, Chris, I think his last project was a collaborate.
Yeah, he collaborated with somebody.
I forgot what her name was, but she was dope too. Y'all should check out that project if I can figure out the name, or y'all figure out the name. It's Quell Chris. Just type in collaboration.
It was a female rapper, right?
Yeah, yeah. And they like played with their names too with it or something. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, that's it. That's enough. So that's
and Jean Grey, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cloakers, Jean Grey. So yeah, that is it for what is dropping today and this week. Basically, the last drops of March.
Yeah.
A lot to kind of go through. A lot of big projects, not like big name projects, but a lot of big projects.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Logic did his little supermarket tape, which was supposed to accompany the first kind of novel.
Gotcha.
I have not heard it yet.
I told somebody was telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh, he's doing his post-divorce rollout."
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard the tape. I haven't read the book.
Everything seems like he just came off of a bad relationship or breakup.
Yeah, the tape doesn't. The response has not been good. I'll say that.
Yeah, I didn't get what I was expecting.
I haven't heard it, so I can't really say.
Off what I haven't heard all of it, but like whatever snippets I got didn't sound like what I needed. But I'm gonna go through it. That's kind of fucked up too, because I used to be like one of the Bobby Soxers, man. Used to just rock with this fool back in the Young Sinatra OG days, but things change.
Not everything can be a home run.
Facts.
Okay, and lastly, if Nav dropped his Bad Habits tape, if you're into terrible music.
Facts. I'm so glad you said that. I was like, I hope he doesn't ask me about that Nav project. Because I was shitting on that shit so much, fam. The only thing good about the Nav project was that their features gave me relief from having to hear Nav.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Nav fan. Never will be. I don't give a fuck if you're on the Weeknd's label. I think he is trash.
I wish The Weeknd just took his part off and gave us a song of his own. Because that was a good song. Weeknd's part was dope.
When I was talking about algorithms and basically meme type of rappers, he is the definition.
Oh yeah, Nav is that. He is that. That's what made me so mad when I listened to the album. I was like, you really just made me listen to a whole album, bro? With this? This is what you gave me?
It's better than me, because I haven't heard it. And I probably will never will.
Don't even. You can
I've only heard that one. I've only heard one Nav tape, and I was like, this is what people are talking about? This shit is terrible.
It's crazy. There's so many songs.
I was like, never again.
And it makes no sense.
So never again.
Yeah, nah. I'm like really upset. I'm like, yeah, your bad habit is making music, fam. Like,
yeah, I did one reaction, and that was to Nav, and it was not good.
Yeah, you can probably go ahead and skip this one too.
Let me give you my summary of that tape. I don't understand the hype Nav got outside of being associated with The Weeknd. There's nothing special or original here that differentiates him from the other trendy acts out there. And these acts are a dime a dozen these days. Just another checklist of everything that's considered cool at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. It's pretty much my feeling about him in general. He's a tryhard. But if y'all want to really know how Darius really feels about the tape, you should ask him.
That Nav shit. Don't ask me about that Nav shit.
Yeah, ask him in the comments down below wherever this goes up.
I mean, if you're a stan, I'll let you know how I really feel. If you got some beef with something about Nav, if you standing up for Nav, that's the hill you want to climb.
Oh, is the hill you want to die on? Go ahead.
By all means, the hill you're gonna die on is the Nav Hill. Go ahead and comment.
But yeah, that is it for this week's podcast, episode of the Music Files podcast. Again, today's date was March 29th, 2019. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us and kind of tuning in and lending us your ears as we go through all things music. If you had any comments, topic suggestions, or questions about this show, past show, or any future show, again, you can let us know in the comments down below wherever this goes up and wherever you watch us or listen to us. Or you can email us directly at podcast@livinglifefairs.co or go to livinglifefairs.co/podcast and fill out the form there, and you may get a shout out or we may talk about one of your topics in our future episodes. Yep. Again, if you are watching us on YouTube and you like any of the gear that I rock in these videos, or even if you're listening and you like any of the gear that you see on the website, definitely head over to the site, livinglifefairs.co/shop, and grab some for yourself. And again, this is the last weekend that our new Cultured AF Volume 1 coffee table books are on sale for a very low price. So definitely don't miss out on that. If you like any of the content that we put out so far, it has some of our best highlights, and it's full of great shots that we have got from concerts and art shows and everything in between. And it is a must add to any collection you have.
Definitely a collector's item. It's limited edition, so.
Yep, limited edition. So, again, thank you guys. We appreciate everything. We'll be back shortly with another podcast. And hopefully with some guests here very shortly in the future. But until then, do what, Darius?
I want y'all to keep living life fearless. And join us next time at, livinglifefearless.co. Make sure you go cop some gear. And this is the Music Files. Peace.
It's the Music Files, and we'll be back shortly. Peace.
Yep.